We're here because you were there. Remember that. We're here because you were there. That's not opinion, it's history. Britain's involvement in slavery and colonialism spans over 400 years. Between the 16th and 19th century, British ships trafficked millions of Africans across the Atlantic. Plantations built off their backs helped fund Britain's rise. By the 18th century, slavery profits made up around 11% of Britain's GDP, and that's conservative estimates. And slavery wasn't the only part. In India, colonial rule drained an estimated $45 trillion in wealth. Famines were worsened because exports were prioritized over survival. Across Africa, the Caribbean, and Asia, resources were stripped, economies reshaped, and whole cultures destabilized. By 1913, Britain controlled a quarter of the world's land and people. And as I mentioned before, my grandmother came here in 1961, just 17 years old, part of the Windrush generation, invited to rebuild after the war. She wasn't an outsider. She was answering Britain's call, just as millions from the Commonwealth had before. And when I look at today's migrants and refugees fleeing wars, poverty, and instability, I see the same story repeating itself. Britain can't boast about being a global beacon of civilization while its wealth was built on the backs of the enslaved and colonized. It can't celebrate empire, profit from colonies, and dominate the world stage, or at least attempt to, then act surprised when the consequences and legacies arrive at its own doorstep. We're here because you were there. It isn't charity, it's consequence. So when you hear debates about borders, belonging, migrants, or who deserves to be here, remember this. The first ship sailed the other way. Our presence is not an accident. It's a legacy of empire. We're here because you were there. Simple as that. Peace.